Hi, have you ever wondered why that coworker who's okay at their job just got promoted over you? You know the one. They are not the smartest person in the room, their work is decent but not amazing, yet somehow they keep moving up while you're stuck in the same spot. Here's what nobody tells you. Good work gets you noticed, but emotional intelligence gets you promoted. What is emotional intelligence anyway? Think of emotional intelligence as your emotional GPS. Just like GPS helps you navigate roads, emotional intelligence helps you navigate relationships and feelings, both yours and others. This emotional GPS system is built on 5 skills that work together to make you way better with people. Let me break them down. The first skill is self-awareness. Knowing what you're feeling and why. Like noticing, I'm getting frustrated because this meeting is running over my lunch break, instead of just feeling irritated. Number 2 is self-control. Managing your emotions instead of letting them run wild. For example, like taking a deep breath when your colleague interrupts you, rather than snapping at them in front of everyone. Third is motivation. Staying positive and driven, even when things get tough. This means finding energy to keep improving your skills even after getting passed over for a promotion. Fourth is empathy, understanding how other people feel. When your teammate seems quiet, you might realize they're stressed about their presentation tomorrow, not mad at you. The fifth and the final skill is the social skills, which means building good relationships and communicating well. This could be as simple as remembering to ask about someone's weekend, for example, or knowing how to give feedback without making people defensive. Here's what's crazy. Studies show that emotional intelligence explains 58% of job success across all careers. For leaders, it's even higher. And unlike IQ, you can actually get better at this stuff with practice. There are 5 signs that low emotional intelligence is killing your career without you knowing it. Sign number 1. You treat feedback like personal attack. Your boss says something like, hey, let's try to get these reports in a day earlier next time. But what you hear is, you suck at your job, you can't be trusted. Your brain immediately goes into defense mode. You either shut down completely or start explaining why it wasn't your fault. Either way, you just labeled yourself as someone who cannot handle feedback. Here's how to flip it. Before you react, remind yourself that feedback is about the work, not about you as a person. Try asking, what would the ideal timeline look like? Or how can I make this smoother for everyone? This simple shift makes you look coachable instead of defensive. And guess what? Coachable people get promoted. Sign number 2, you email while emotionally flooded. You just got out of a frustrating meeting and you're fired up. So you immediately start typing emails while your emotions are still running hot. You send messages that sound way harsher than you meant, or you make decisions you'll totally regret once you cool down. I've seen people destroy relationships and opportunities with one angry email sent in the heat of the moment. Here's the fix. Create a cooling off rule. When you're upset, write the email, but save it as a draft. Wait at least 20 minutes before sending anything and then ask yourself, how would this sound to someone who wasn't in my emotional state? Even better, pick up the phone for sensitive stuff. The tone of voice fixes a lot of problems that text create. Sign number 3, you over-identify with being the fixer. You see a problem and immediately jumps in to solve it, even when nobody asked you for help. You take one extra work to cover for struggling teammates because you think you're being helpful. But here's what's actually happening. People start feeling like you don't trust them to handle their own stuff. You become the person who takes over instead of the person who supports. Try this instead. Before jumping in, ask first, do you want help solving this or do you just need someone to listen? Sometimes people need to figure things out themselves. Offer support without taking over. For example, I'm here if you need me, but I know you can handle this. And trust me, people respect that way more. Sign number 4, you use I'm just being honest as a license for brutality. You think you're just being honest and direct, but when you give feedback, it comes out way harsher than you realize. People walk away feeling awful, and when they react, you say, hey, I'm just being honest. Here's what's really happening. Honesty without kindness is just cruelty dressed up as a virtue. Here's how to be honest and also helpful. Before giving any feedback, ask yourself, how can I say this so they actually improve instead of feeling terrible? Start with something they are doing well. Focus on specific behaviors instead of attacking their characters. And end with encouragement. The goal here is to build people up, not to tear them down. Sign number 5, you celebrate tasks but ignore relationships. You're amazing at hitting deadlines and completing projects. Your spreadsheets are works of art, but you treat relationships like they are optional extras. For example, you don't celebrate when a teammate succeeds. You rarely check in on how people are doing, and your conversations are 100% work focused. You're like really efficient robot. Reality check is people don't just want to work with competent colleagues. They want to work with people they can actually like and trust. Here's a quick fix. Spend just a few minutes each day on relationship stuff. Celebrate other people's wins. Ask about their challenges. Show genuine interest in them as humans, not just working machines. Those small moments build the trust that gets you included in the important conversations. Here's what you need to remember. Low emotional intelligence shows up as treating feedback like personal attacks, sending emails while you were emotionally flooded, over-identifying with being the fixer, using honesty as an excuse for being harsh, and finally, celebrating tasks while completely ignoring relationships. But here's the good news, you can fix all of this. Emotional intelligence isn't something you're born with, it's something you can learn and get better at. Pick one area, practice it every day. You will be shocked how differently people start responding to you and how much faster your career starts moving. Now it's your turn. Which of these hit a little too close to home? What's one thing you're going to try this week to boost your emotional intelligence? Drop a comment and let me know, and if this helped you see something new about your career, hit that like button and subscribe, and let's keep building the skills that actually get you promoted. Remember, good work gets you hired, but emotional intelligence gets you ahead. Thank you and see you next video.